This is Alissa.
And this is Caroline. Welcome to med-surg Moments, the AMSN podcast.
This podcast is an engaging look at the lives of and surrounding medical surgical nurses.
We are proud medical surgical nurses just like you, sharing our stories, insights, and experiences to support you in your nursing journey. Parker, unfortunately, cannot join us today, but we are lucky to have our two guest co-hosts join us again with Alissa and myself. Laura and Maritess are with us, and as always, we'd like to kick off this episode by hearing your updates. What's going on in your world? Anything exciting to share with our listeners?
This is Laura. I have been with the same company for the last 15 years, and I am a week into a new career with a new hospital system. Curious to see how things go with this new company and see the differences and grow in my career. So I'll keep you guys posted.
Absolutely. Please do. Yeah. Maritess, what's going on in your part of the world?
I have 5 kids, and my youngest, he's turning 5 in, I would say, 3 weeks. And so he started talking straight sentences, like a lot of words, and it surprises us a lot. One of the major surprises would be like, "Hey, Mom, let's go. Come on." Like with conviction, like saying, "Come on, let's go, Mom." So I know he's the last 5th person, but still so special moments. People would say, you probably got used to it already, but nope, he's so special. He says that to all the siblings with such passion. So very, very excited what else he can do, in the next few years.
Absolutely. He's becoming his own little person, and he's got all his siblings to look up to. I'm wondering if that has something to do with the conviction and the emotion behind his conversation. It's exciting to see them grow up and develop, isn't it? It really is. And Alissa, what's going on in your part of the world?
Yeah, this is just that time of year where we're doing all of like the fall cleanup and chores and projects around the house. Lots and lots of projects. I don't know if you still remember, Caroline, like a year and a half ago where we started that wall. That long project. It's done now. I'm very happy to report my 3-week project of the wall.
The wall is finished.
It's done.
Right.
That 3-week long, a year and a half long wall project. It's done. I'm so happy to report that. So lots and lots of house projects that are probably going to take forever to get done. 'Tis the season. Here we go. Let's start another 3-week, 2-year project.
Well, there you go. One step at a time, right? One step at a time. Keep that list going. Very good. Yeah.
What about you, Caroline? What do you got going on in your neck of the woods?
As I shared in our last episode, we moved back to Georgia and settling in the job. We finally, I feel like I looked at every house in the Gwinnett, Walton, Monroe, Loganville area, if that means anything to anyone. Anyway, we finally found a house. We found a house and we made an offer, and we had a little bit of back and forth on that, but the sellers have accepted our offer. We did the inspection this week and everything is pretty darn good. And so we are all set to close on our new home in just a few short weeks. So that's the big update from the Ashman camp for sure. So our topic for this episode is looking at something called microaggression. Microaggression is a subtle form of prejudice, and I know I've probably been guilty of this along the way, completely innocently, of course. Who would like to kick us off with this one?
Yeah, you know what? I think to start us off, we should definitely talk about what microaggressions are and really what we're talking about. There's a couple of different types of microaggressions. So we could start with like a micro assault, which is explicit. It's deliberate. You're doing it consciously. You're intending to hurt somebody. And this is like racial epitaphs, displaying racist symbols, and going out of your way to not be with somebody based on racial reasons. So very in your face, very blatant. Then you can have that micro insult, which is more subtle. And this can be like an unconscious insult. And really, it's demeaning to somebody's identity. So this is more like, hey, how did you get that job? Or I'll take the next elevator because the people in this elevator are people of color and I don't want to ride with them. Those are kinds of micro insults. Or assuming because there is a person of color in a restaurant that they are a service worker rather than a patron. Right. So those are just examples of those micro insults based on your biases. And then the micro